What up, traders? All right, so today is, what is it, Thursday. It's about 8 o'clock right now, a little late for the review, but hey, better late than never. But today was very interesting because, well, as you know, let's pull this up real quick. We had some jobs numbers, and they were the worst it's ever been. Okay, so this number, if you're not familiar with the jobless claims, this means that 3.28 million people filed for unemployment, and that is just bad. Look at this chart. The worst it's ever been was, I think, 700,000 was the recent high of this unemployment number. But why it's so interesting was because today, if we look at the price on the S&Ps and all the other indices, price soared up. So what does that mean? Well, that means the market might have already priced in all of this bad news, and we saw that price literally rallied on the bad news today. So that could mean a lot of different things, but I think what's most important is that hey, we might be starting to bottom out here. Well, given that the news was so damn bad, you would expect the market to drop, right? Wouldn't you? Like everyone else was expecting a massive drop in the S&Ps or whatever indices they trade, the Dow. Everyone's expecting a huge drop coming into today at 8:30 a.m., but we didn't get that. So that's just telling me, hey, we might be getting ready to bottom out here. The market might have already priced in this terrible, terrible news that 3.2 or whatever I said, 3.3 million people lost their jobs in the last weeks. But yeah, shit. So market rallied. People are confused. What the hell's going on? Why isn't the market tanking? But yeah, we took a couple. I'm gonna go over some trades we took today. But yeah, that was the standout of the day. Like, hey, this market's rallying on this shitty news, and nobody seemed to know why. Well, the market probably already priced in this bad news already. So yeah, coming into the open, this thing held that 8:30 a.m. spike. If we look down there, so yeah, this thing is it just rallied the rest of the day. Rallied. I actually took one trade on the ES. We'll get into that last, because that was the last trade of the day. So let's go over what I did first. So the first trade was on Roku. Okay, let's check out Roku, see what Roku is up to. Coming into the open, these are the levels I had: 96.76 and 92.37. If you want to know where I'm getting them from, it is my market profile indicator. So if you see yesterday's value area high was 96.76, yesterday's value area low 92.37. So I actually jumped the gun a bit on this trade and lost some money. I was in profits, didn't take any. In these markets, if you're not taking profits quickly, they're going to vanish like that. And that's exactly what happened to me today. I knew I sized it like it was, going to go to zero, so I wasn't too upset with the loss. I didn't take the max loss anyway, but it was sized very small because, price wasn't even breaking out of the range like I wanted it to. So I jumped the gun on this one, and here's what I did. So I was expecting a little pop higher. I had a target up at 100 on Roku, 100 being that 101.75 rather, being that high from Tuesday. So yeah, Tuesday's high was a target, and price never exited this range. So I should have never even gotten into the trade. But with these market conditions, when I'm trading options, or when anyone's trading options right now, if you get in like before the breakout, then the premiums, once you're in before and you actually see the breakout, once that price breaks out, those premiums get jacked up. So I wanted to get in before the breakout, and it fucked me over. I wasn't patient, didn't wait for price to break above my level like the plan said, and you can see what happened. I got faked out, and price actually, flushed through 92.37, and I didn't get in on those puts either. So I was buying the 95 calls around 10 o'clock or something, somewhere in this area. So I saw price jumping up a bit, and then started to build a little channel like towards this 96.76. So I wanted to buy in small position in case it actually broke out, and then those premiums would have been jacked up. I would have made my money, and I had to wait for the pullback and the actual confirmation. But in this case, price actually got up to 96.76. I was up about 20-30% on those options, and then it just came right back down. Never exited the range, never really set up or confirmed. So I shouldn't even been in it in the first place, but I took a small loss on Roku. And yeah, that was it. I bought the 95 calls when price was literally at like 95, and it was looking good, and then dumped. So once it got to 92.37, that was my, hey, this is where you're going to cut this trade out. So that's exactly what I did. Took like a $250 loss on that one. And yeah, cut that one off. Roku ended up flushing below value, and that was a nice short opportunity. I didn't take that. Next up, I had BYND. BYND, I chased this one. So once I actually broke the day's range. So in the morning, let's see, I had these levels here. I don't know why they're still not up. I was looking for puts on BYND. Another small position, not risking a lot, just going with the small lotto plays. But price was in this range in the morning, and I didn't get in when it broke out below value 69.14. So I didn't get in below 69.14. I actually got in down here at the lows, thinking that it would take out the pre-market lows. So I was definitely chasing this BYND trade. It was, breaking out in the downtrend. I didn't get in where I wanted to, around 69.14, and then I waited for another pullback to get in. So I got in right here, around 11:15ish. Got in right there with a small position. Didn't tell anybody because I knew I was chasing. So yeah, same shit happened. I mean, this case, it did confirm, but it confirmed a while ago. I missed the entry, and I fucking chased it. And yeah, I lost money on that one too. So that was another $180 loss on BYND. Literally, I bought the, what puts was I getting? 68 puts. So yeah, price was down here when I was getting the 68 puts. It was around like 67, close to 68. And yeah, took a small position, couple contracts on those puts, and I cut those off once it got back above 69.14. And as you could see, the move was already over when I got in. So there's this just terrible trade, absolutely chasing. But I actually cut my losses pretty well on that one. So yeah, 2 small losses to start off the day, and then I walked away. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just keep digging myself into a hole if I don't cut the shit out here. So I walked away, stepped out. It was like 11:15, something like that. It was like afternoon, 12 o'clock. So I just walked out, shut the charts down, left the house, left the desk, and yeah, came back around like right before the close, around like 4 o'clock, 3:30ish, and I was looking at ES. ES looked like it was still holding this uptrend, looked like it was trapping shorts going into the close, and this thing on the market profile chart was showing me it was very technical day. Very technical. I mean, very technical day. It's been very technical market, mechanical market, whatever you want to call it. ever since this Corona shit started and the big money vanished, all the liquidity vanished. So now it's just like the computers battling against each other, and we got to just, get in and get out, scalp mode. So this thing held, as we talked about earlier, it held the uptrend from the morning, this spike at 8:30, which everyone was like shocked about, because the market was supposed to tank, right? Because of all these people losing their jobs, bad for the economy. You know this already. But it held the uptrend all freaking day, and around right here, around like 3 o'clock-ish, right on this last spike down, this is where I got in. This is where I got in on the ES micro futures. So I picked up some of those, just literally going for a scalp. Hey, is this thing gonna squeeze some shorts? End of the day, I think it is. So I went with that. Once I saw this M period take out the K and L lows from this market profile chart, once I saw that those technical buyers, whatever, they got taken out, that's when I hopped in. I was like, all right, they just went for those stops. I'm going to hop in and see if I could get out real quick before 4:15 when pit session closes. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, this thing spikes about, what was this, freaking 40 points, maybe more. So yeah, I caught like a nice 20, I think it was a little more than 20-point move right here into the close. So I didn't catch the top, obviously. I was out at like 26, like 08 or something. But yeah, literally quick scalp into the close. But I saw this on the market profile chart. I actually pointed out in the chat room too. Like, there's not a lot of resistance here from 2600 into like literally 2680s. There's literally nothing. Just, you could see on the left a whole bunch of single prints. Actually, my face is in the way. Let me drag that over real quick. You can see all these single prints here on the left wanting to get filled. So yeah, that was another, another reference to the trade. So above 2600, which was where these, what day was this? Friday, where there wasn't too much volume here, wasn't too much inventory here. This is where it was at. This is where it was at. Above 2600, once it accepted above there, we were like, hey, this thing could just rip from here. Look at all these single prints that want to be filled. There's not too much resistance. This thing could rip to 2650s really quick. And we didn't get up to 2650s. It got up to like 2623. But it was still a very profitable move to end the day. Literally the last like half hour of the day, you could have made a nice amount of money. I think some other people in the chat caught it with me. But yeah, that was the highlight of the day, and that was like a $1,500 trade. So yeah, walking away in the morning, coming back in the afternoon was the right thing to do, in my opinion, today. And yeah, had I dug myself into a further hole earlier on, I probably wouldn't have been there to take the trade later in the day. But since I had small losses on the day, I was willing to risk just a little bit more. I didn't hit my daily loss limit. I was at like $400. So I had a little more to risk on the day. Opportunity set up. I was like, hey, I'm going to take it. Boom. Followed the plan and made some money. Came back to green on the day. So yeah, end of the day, green, thanks to this ES trade right into the close. And tonight it's looking like it's holding for the most part. If we look at the overnight profile, we are up here. So yeah, not too much information thus far, but it is still holding that end of the day spike, surprisingly. So yeah, we'll see how tomorrow goes in the ES. Give you some levels higher real quick before we get into the forex trades. So yeah, looks like we did put in some excess into 26.26, and a target higher is going to be 26.73. And then let's just put a little tool right here. Friday's close is going to be a target too, 26.85. See if it could rally up to there. So yeah, market's actually rallying on the bad news, which has me thinking the bottom is near. We might not have seen the exact bottom yet, but I think it's coming. But yeah, that news was just terrible, and the market, you would expect, everyone expected it to literally crash today, but that didn't happen. And that was kind of that's some information saying, hey, this market might be getting ready to bottom out here. So yeah, I might start dipping into some stocks on the coming red days. I don't like buying on green days, especially like today when a lot of stuff is green on the day. I like to buy when it's red. Because that's where you'll make the most gains. But I did take some forex trades today too. Get into those real quick. There's that job number again, just awful. But yeah, first trade of the day was on EURUSD, and this one was a loser. That was a loser. Price was inside the range, so let me make this a little bigger, show you what I did. So overnight session, we had a range 1.0878. Let me hide this real quick. That's going to be the swing trade that we're waiting to get filled on. But here is the trade from today. So we had EURUSD inside the range coming into New York session. It was still inside the range. And then around 9 o'clock, this thing spiked up to this range high, right? Spiked up to this range high and rejected. So when price is inside a range, I like to fade it, right? I like to fade it and go against the weak buying. So, you know, right about here, we saw that, hey, price was not able to break above this range high. So what did I do? I got short there. It was looking okay. Still looked like there were some buyers coming in. But we had to stop right above this range high, around 1.1. And yeah, as you can see, we took like a 40 pip stop loss there. And that one was stopped out as, you know, price failed right here, dropped a little bit, consolidated, and then boom, finally broke out of the range, took us out there. So yeah, the fade trade didn't work out in this case. But when price is inside a range, you know, that's what you got to do. And then, you know, when you get stopped out, you should probably reverse the position since it might start trending. I didn't do that here. I still think it was going to drop. But yeah, it didn't really go too high. Didn't really do too much after breaking above the range. So yeah, once it gets back inside this range, I'm going to look to short it again with a target down here. But yeah, that was EURUSD. And then we also took a trade on USDCAD, and that was the winner of the day. So we got in here, waited for price to drop down to this buy zone I had, 1.40300. So this is where we got in, 1.40300. Had targets at 1.40600 and then 40800. So if we go on the smaller time frames, see this a little better. So price waited patiently, dropped down into the buy zone, got activated there, went long at 40300, had a target here at 600, took 30 pips there, and then took 50 pips profit here as it hit 1.40800, and then I moved my stop loss to this first target rather at 600, and then that was obviously taken out as price came back down. So yeah, in these markets, forex market, equities, indices, whatever you're trading, doesn't matter. You got to be taking profits quickly because they'll vanish quicker than you could imagine. So yeah, in that case, we took some profits, and then it came back down. Still kind of held our entry, but I'm not holding it into the overnight session. But yeah, that was kind of how the day went. Nothing too exciting, just scalping, day trading, trying to find some swing trades to hold. But yeah, that's how the day went. And yeah, we'll see how tomorrow goes. Hope you guys had a green day. If you didn't, just review it, see what you did wrong. Try not to make that same mistake tomorrow. And yeah, take it easy. Don't go chasing shit like I was this morning. But yeah, on that note, hope you guys are doing well out there, staying safe. And yeah, I will see you guys on the live stream tomorrow. Those were my trades. I hope you are learning from these trade review videos that I'm doing. I'm trying to give you guys all the insight I can as to why I'm getting in, why I'm getting out, how I'm going about trading these crazy volatile markets right now. But yeah, that's what we got going. Euro USD, actually have a trade waiting to get filled. Like I said, once it comes back into this range, we'll see if it does. See if we could get another short opportunity on there. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. It's about 8:30 Thursday, and I'm signing out. See you guys on the live stream tomorrow if you're in the chat room. If you're not in the Discord, click the link below this video and get your ass in there. And yeah, peace.